All right. Many of you asked where my friend Roger has been. Roger's right here. He's living life large. Look at how big he is. You guys remember how small he was when he first started doing these shows? Yeah, he's a monster now. Thanks for making a guest appearance, Roger. See you, buddy? All right. Go play. All right. All right. Here we are. Friday. Welcome to Friday Morning Live, let's say. I'm Zach Rasinger, and I appreciate you joining us today. I am here in the studio, ready to rock and roll. This is LinkedIn Live. So if you have any questions, this is going to be Manor versus HUTTO. So it's a Manor Mustangs versus the HUTTO Hippos. I think by mascot wise, HUTTO is going to win on this one, but Mustangs are tough. So who knows? This is all about land. This is about investing in land. This is about what's happening, what's coming down the pike, and what you can expect. So again, this is LinkedIn Live. So if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, I love you guys. Thank you very much for joining. And this is a live session. So if you have any questions, enter them in the comments section. I'll put them up here if you want to vote for HUTTO, Manor, or maybe you can't tell. I'm not really in a cornfield. Shoot it out there. Yeah, really appreciate all of you. And I love to open this up to questions. If you have any questions about buying, selling land, leasing, who's coming to Taylor, who's coming to Manor, who's coming to Elgin, who's coming to HUTTO, which companies are moving in that direction, reach out to me. Happy to talk to you about it further, but also just on the LinkedIn Live here, we're ready to rock and roll. So let's dive into it. If there's any issues with audio or anything, let me know. But we should be golden. Okay, so first of all, as you guys know, we like to start out with my favorite thing to do is give you some advice or some insight into what I'm reading right now, into what I'm working on. Williamson County Complete Real Estate Guide. I've been reading this again, Thrive. This is recommended to all Avis and Young recruits. I'm not Avis and Young, but they suggest reading this prior to your interview. So if you're applying for a job at Avis and Young, good idea to read this first. Second of all, in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a link for the CRE Pro course. This LinkedIn Live and TikTok and Facebook and all that is brought to you by CRE Pro course. We help you close your first deal in 6 months, get your first listing in 3 months, and be successful in commercial real estate. It's a tough world out there right now for commercial real estate, and this is going to help you immensely. You will join the CRE Pro network and join a whole bunch of really great people, close some deals, and then start to foster an amazing career in commercial real estate, should you decide to. In the meantime, if you are an investor and you would like to learn more about Manor, HUTTO, Taylor, Manor and HUTTO last week, and I can tell you that my co-pilot was not as stoked on on Manor life as I thought she would be. But that's not to say investment. So yeah, if you had thought about investing in Manor, I highly suggest it. The reason for that is that it's located directly between Samsung and Taylor, which is Samsung, and Hornsby Bend, which is where Tesla is. Tesla just announced this week, by the way, on the Austin Business Journal that they are going to scale out not 10,000, but 60,000 people will be working at Tesla here in Austin, Texas. So that's not on this show for Hornsby Bend, but I've been hearing some great things about Hornsby Bend. So if you're in the Austin area and you like to invest and you've got some money, if you can buy anything in Bastrop County, Williamson County, even down to Lockhart's great too. So yeah, I suggest all of those. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I like the activity so far. Let's jump into it. So the easiest way that I like to do this is through LoopNet. Williamson County has a fantastic EDP economic development program, and if you are looking for information on how to invest in land, or where to invest in land, or what's happening, what's moving, where roads are going, so on, that's great. That's a fantastic website. Let's take a look here, though, at what's happening right now in LoopNet. So again, you guys know my 5 favorite sites on the internet. Not only CRE Pro course, which you can again find right there by taking a photo of that. You can sign up for the CRE Pro course. We've got a free webinar. It's cool. Outside of that, my favorite website is LoopNet, and followed closely by CRE. If you have a subscription to CoStar, props. And if you don't want to pay for a subscription to CoStar, myelisting.com is a great website run by my friend Caleb Richter. He's a stud. So yeah, go check that out. And they facilitate Bitcoin. You may remember I'm on 75 hard right now, so crushing the water. Look at how much I've drank already. Gallon of water a day. That's so much water. I'm not a water fan, but I think it's Ed Milet that is the guy that's pushing this, or Andy Frisella. So I bought the app, and it's been a great investment of $7.99. So if you thought about doing a 75 hard, I highly suggest doing it. So I'm going to show you here. This is LoopNet, and as you can see here, we're going to come out of Taylor. Last week we did Taylor versus Rockdale. And I don't know if there was a clear winner. I think Taylor is the winner today. I think that Rockdale is the winner in 5 years. That's just my bet. Thrall, amazing. So if you're in that area, you are lucky. I wish I was in your position. And hey, that's what today is all about. You could be in that position. You could own land in HUTTO, Taylor, Manor. I've got listings in all of them. So if you have any questions on that, or you want to check out my listings, I can send you those. Let's look at Manor right now. So Manor is like kind of cool. It's up and coming, and my initial bet for the next, again, this is sort of a today versus 5 years from now. I say today, you're going to absolutely win if you put the money in the right place, invest in the right property in HUTTO. If you decide that you're going to invest for 5 years, I would suggest Manor, because with the 60,000 new employees in Tesla. Remember, that's one of the things we look at is new employee count, who's growing, what cities are growing, infrastructure, how it's run. Is it facilitating or is it facilitated by the local government? How is the planning and zoning board? What resources are available? It doesn't require a mud, PUD, PID, TERS. Those are how you get water and sewer to a location that is not serviced by the local municipality. So those are good tax incentives. If you're a developer and you have more questions on those, or if you know about those, you want to chime in. Always love the information on new sites. My friend LinkedIn Glenn Hart, he has a great construction app. So link up with him on LinkedIn. Glenn Hart is here in Austin, Texas. Super stud. I also wanted to point out that our friend Jeffrey Outlaw has a GoFundMe. I'm going to stick it in the bottom of the notes here on all the channels we're on: LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Live. We're on TikTok Live. So yeah, if you can contribute to his GoFundMe, he's a champion and big fan of Jeffrey Outlaw. If you know Jeffrey, give a shout out. Let's take a look here. High level. On the left-hand side, we can see these are all of the properties for lease. Let's go to for sale. Let's go to land, and I'll show you what we're looking at here. So now as we look at an aerial map, again, just to familiarize you, we looked at this last week, but Hornsby Bend here is just an amazing investment. Weberville, cool. These are all in Travis County, so maybe a little bit harder on the building, but also super professional. And I really recommend looking at anything in Hornsby Bend. This is Tesla Gigafactory right here. You can see that. And so if we zoom out a little bit, we're looking at Manor is here. So Manor Mustangs, if you're a Mustang, give me a shout out. And then as we're looking up into Taylor is here. This is where Samsung is. So I can zoom in on where Samsung is. Samsung is this parcel right here, or this area right here. It's 1,300 acres. 1,300 acres. Massive. So, oh, we got a vote going on. All right, guys. I like it. All right. I like it. So yeah, let's vote Taylor. I'm sorry, HUTTO or Manor, if you like the Mustangs or the Hippos. So we're looking here at Manor. We'll zoom in on Manor. These are the land listings that are available right now. Now you can see there's not a whole lot of stuff available publicly listed. Of course, a lot of the stuff in here is going to be a pocket listing. So the best way to find land, if you are not currently in a brokerage position, reach out to an agent like me. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Texas. I have access to things like CoStar, premium subscriptions. I know exactly what's available for sale. Most of it is off market. So you've got a box here. This is the way that I pointed this out yesterday in a presentation I made. Taylor, HUTTO, Manor, Elgin. This box right here, if you can put money anywhere here, if you can invest anywhere in this area, you are going to have a good day. You're going to have a great year. You're going to have a great decade. So yeah, this is where I recommend investing, anywhere in this box right here. If we zoom in, I can show you some of the properties here. For example, this one I have listed right here, south. So this one right here, there's 184 acres, 184 acres available for sale right now. So, and we've got a big solar farm here. If you're in the battery business, or I'll give a shout out to the EDP that went over from Williamson County, went over to the Samsung factory over in Piontek to encourage more investment in this area. And they took over a Williamson County real estate package, which if you would like the copy to that, just hit me up in the DM message below, or I'll include the link for it below. But it'll give you a general summary of what land is available in Williamson County, what buildings are available for lease in Williamson County. If you have properties in those areas, this is a fantastic time to look for a lease for the next 5 to 10 years, because companies are looking to move here. In fact, there are 108 companies that have expressed interest in coming over. There are over 250 companies that partner with Samsung, and they're all trying to come in to this area. So again, if you have a listing, if you have a listing in this area, you're doing well. I've got 108 companies that are trying to meet you. So message me and I'll be happy to connect you with them. Anything around Copeland is amazing. So let's look at this again. Zoom out a little bit more here. Now, what has more available for sale, and what type of properties are for sale? What type of land is for sale? Now, you can zoom in on the right-hand side and you can see the different sites that are available. Things like the Star Ranch here. We zoom in on this. Let's switch the screen here. Zoom in on Star Ranch. Present. We can see that we've got this is a tollway. So 130 is a tollway, and we can see First American has this listed, and we can see right here there's a Quick Trip, and then there's a site right next to it. So anything off of this, again, what we're looking for in the investment side is it readily, easily accessible. Now, this one behind the Quick Trip, but if they provide an easement into it, you're going to be sitting pretty. So let's take a look at the next one here. This is a development here. We've got this directly off of, let's zoom in on this. I'll show you exactly where we're talking about here. So University Boulevard, pretty good access, right? So all you're looking for in an investment tends to be something that's easily accessible. It depends on the use, of course. This one, I would highly suggest, or the commercial pad site. So it's zoned commercial, or if it's not zoned, it's in a commercial section. We've got 1.59 million or 1.559 million. Let's forward on to a second one here. This is HUTTO, right? HUTTO is awesome. This is a great track. I've looked at this before. Under contract. So we missed out on this one. But Junior, what's going on? What's up, my man? Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you, Junior. All right. If you guys have some insight here, Junior, throw it out there. If you live in Taylor, HUTTO, Manor, anywhere in the area, give us a shout. All right. I'm going to turn off these messages. My moderator's got this on lock. Okay. Thank you very much, moderator. I appreciate it. Joe, you're the man. Okay, so as we're going through this, we want to take a look at this HUTTO property. Got good access here, neighborhood. Most likely, this again is going to be it's off of a main road here, except for this utility pole here, or this might be a utility pole. We've got power here. We're sitting pretty. HUTTO Realty. Oh wow, super smart branding, guys. HUTTO HUTTO Realty. Actually, HUTTO has a massive office here in Austin, Texas. So reach out to HUTTO. I think we had Brooke Daniel. Congrats, Brooke, being under contract. So we're looking at 7 acres, more or less, off of County Road 118 here. It looks like this is I've seen this property before. It's in HUTTO. It's 3 tracks that have been combined, and this is listed by Austin Realty. So we're looking at here. Let's jump on to the next one. County Road 109. Good investment, right? Because you're directly off of the 130. You've got a Limmer Loop, super property or super connection point between 130 here and Taylor. So we're just in North HUTTO. Good investment. Highly recommend that one as well. Now we're jumping into Round Rock. So let's jump back and this guy's got a ton of. Robert Fisher's doing a super good job. I like his listings, and he does a good job of advertising. So, congrats on you. This is Round Rock, though. So let's go back. Let's look at HUTTO only, and we're looking at HUTTO properties here. I'll show you how I dive in. Square foot per acre. When we're talking about when we're talking about a building, or a very high density location, maybe a hard corner, super expensive real estate. Sometimes we're talking about price per square foot, because as we move from acreage over to square footage, those two things, the square footage is going to be more for the development side. The acreage is going to be more for the land hold side. So you can kind of tell that when you're talking to somebody and they say, hey, I have 10 acres. Those are land brokers, land flippers. Those are typically not as much developers. Developers are going to be looking more in the square footage, or are going to be quoting in square footage. We can zoom outside of. I'll create a new boundary here. Remove this, and then draw a boundary. I'm talking about HUTTO here. I have property in Manor. I like Manor, but I wish I owned in HUTTO here. So let's look at this one. This one, it's in, well, they put Taylor, but Taylor, the line basically is 101. So this is where there's going to be a new industrial area. It's owned by Prologis. It's going to be called the Mega Site, I believe. So let's look at this one here. Just met with these guys yesterday, under contract. Well, congratulations. So, John, congratulations on this. Again, frontage on the road. We've got power lines running next to it, but I can guarantee you this is going to be a massive neighborhood. So, download the brochure. I tend to love to look into these brochures. And if you want to jump in and 5470 County Road 100, you can tell. So if John has this laid out really well inside of his brochure, you can tell what's happening all around here, what neighborhood's going in, how many rooftops are coming in, what sort of water is available, what sort of utilities like power or sewer. The three things to think about. There's three things always to think about when you're looking to purchase land. Those three, I call them the 3 Ps. So we're looking for is floodplain. I know it starts with an F, but plain. The second one is power. And then the third one is purchase price. So those are the 3 to look at. You can dig a well and you can put in a mud, or you can access the sewer, but or put a septic in. But if you don't have power to the site, you're going to be struggling for most businesses, even if they're an industrial building or a distribution facility. For sure, cold storage. So if you are a cold storage provider and you're looking for a new location, particularly if it's close to rail, that's a big thumbs up. However, you will need massive power to keep everything cold. You're going to need some sewer in order to pull away the massive flow of water. So you need to keep things cool, obviously. Right now, we're looking at a lot of properties that are being either bought in cash, because we're right now sitting about 9.25% on a lending rate. So we're prime plus 1.25, that 1.5 somewhere there. And after this week, the announcement by the Fed, they're going to keep rates flat. After that, we're now looking until November, I believe, is the last meeting this year, which we are all now almost 100% sure that they're going to raise rates. And unfortunately, I wish that Mopey Powell, I don't know if I call him wet blanket Powell, will chill out a little bit and help us re-energize this economy. We've had a tough year, very tough year in commercial real estate, but that's for you, the investor, amazing opportunity to invest in properties like this. So this one's in Pflugerville, but we're looking at here, HUTTO Plaza. Fantastic investment here. Let's see what of our Resolute friends here. Alan Rust. Alan leads the team over there at Resolute. Awesome guy, and heavily suggest reaching out about this one. Great site here, right? Great site. It's got access to 130. We've got 32,000 vehicles per day running north. We've got a Home Depot and a Lowe's right here. Goodwill. Big fan of Goodwill. This one here. Look at all these neighborhoods going in here off of 130. So anywhere between HUTTO and Manor. Look, let's just say let's call this a tie for location wise. HUTTO and Manor, you almost can't miss these days. Looking here, we've checked this one out. Let's pull through a few more of these in HUTTO. Things like this. These are drop lots, industrial. These are could be for development. I like properties like this because I think that they're underutilized is the way that they are right now. We got a $5.5 million price tag, 200, almost 3,000 square, or 2,000, almost 3,000 square feet of industrial. So this one probably has either a tenant on it and a cap rate. So you can do the math for the cap rate. Again, remember, as you're looking at an investment property, you're going to be looking at the NOI. So the net operating income, the income that's coming into you as the owner, divided by the price or the offering or whatever, depends on what side of the transaction you're on. But so down below, we're looking at the offer price, above NOI. The NOI is going to be fixed for a period of time while the lease is on or while the tenants are leasing. If you don't add anything new into the building, you've got a constant NOI. And then the price always is negotiable. But we're looking at here on $5.5 million or $1,800 a square foot. Seems steep, but there's a huge lot, right? So that's what you need to think about here. You're really paying for the land. It's a false flag when you're looking at what it costs, price per square foot for that. This is a great listing here. Don Quick, what are we looking at here? Brent Campbell, fantastic listing for you here. Again, right off 130. We're looking at Limmer Loop again. So there's a lot coming on Limmer Loop, or there's a lot listed on Limmer Loop. 8.81 acres, $4 million. Jump in there at 3.7. I think you snatch this one. This is a great, Evolve's doing a good job here on the advertisement of the loop that's going to essentially cut off, or it's in between Manor and HUTTO, and it's going to cut off the drive time up 79 here. So This is HUTTO. This is, oh, shoot. This is HUTTO. And let me flip over to this so we get the full screen here. Let's drop over to 1201. Here we go. We're looking at HUTTO here, and we're looking at the bypass that they're creating. Now I've got a listing up here on the north side, just went under contract. Yay! But there's a lot of really great stuff up 101. So if you're looking for anything in between HUTTO and Taylor, fantastic location. Really enjoy. I really like how he has set this up. I should say, Michael Gonzalez and Heather Albee here. Yeah. Okay. So we can see here on the map, this is in between HUTTO and MANOR down here. So, as we play together, Shadow Glen, anything up 973, fantastic investment. So, I'd say go in hard on this. So as we're looking at things like this listing here, or the really great thing about something like LoopNet is it's going to give you alternatives. Some are in the area, some are outside. We've looked at this one before on the show. This is the old 24-hour fitness. Let's take a look at this here. Old 24-hour fitness could be used as a gym, could be used as a lot of things, right? Storage. This is zone commercial, so I'm sure that in 35,000 square feet, you can put a storage facility in here. So there's a lot of opportunities. This is North Side Austin. All right, so let's take a few more looks here at. Let's give MANOR some love. Big fan of MANOR. Again, if you're looking for the 5-year investment, you're looking MANOR. If you're looking for today investment, you're looking HUTTO. Good. Okay. So let's dive in a little bit more here and just check out a few more of these. New Sweden, really like it. Tiny place right here, but let's look at this listing, this Resolute. Let's see who's on this one. Alan again. Alan's killing it. Love it, Alan. This one's off of 395. As I remember, it seems a little bit steep on the price, but when you think about what can go in here, what can be done with this property, just an amazing opportunity to invest in. And here's the you can drill in on this and you can see it here. Here's the site. Here's MANOR. Look at all this stuff that's going in. So 973 on the way up. We've got we've got a new HEB. We've got a new Home Depot going in, and then we have 973 running up to Taylor. So big fan of this site, and Alan does a good job of laying it out here. These guys are Resolute. Just dominate. Love it. Okay. So let's go a little bit deeper here and pull off the boundary on the road here, and then let's zoom in a little bit more into some of these sites. So we've got this is the pop this one on here. This is a flag lot, they call it to some extent. So you see how it kind of looks like a flag. Now this has ample frontage, so not necessarily as much of a flag, but has most of the space here in the back. For these type of properties, Scott Dunbar, I recommend. It's pretty good. 14 acres, $6 million. Yeah, okay. I'll give thumbs up. Prime investment area. I like that prime investment opportunity. As of late, and this is open to my friends out here. We have not seen a lot of interest in the opportunity zones. I think the window on that is sort of passed until they re-energize the program. I've been pitching. I've got a great listing right in the middle of Taylor, and it's in an opportunity zone. And I reached out to 250 opportunity zones that are open right now, and they are trying to fill that with great investments. Those investments, by the way, they need to add on to the property. So you can't do an opportunity zone investment in just land. It has to be improved. You have to put in as much as the sale price. You have to put that in and build and create on that property to qualify for the opportunity zone tax incentive. So just realize that when you have a property or you see a property that's in an opportunity zone, it's not by default going to be the best investment unless you're putting an improvement on the property and ultimately creating jobs, because that's what it's all there for, right? To increase the opportunity in the area for the local people. This one, just big time, right? This is a big time development here, Blake Manor Road and the extension of 973. I'll show you where this one is. Avis and Young, John, Michael, and Sullivan here. Just south of Manor, we're looking at down here. Great investment, 39 acres, no price listed. If you have a question and you'd like to know what this is currently listed for, I can help you out with that. But Lagos here, we're seeing a lot of investment down in between Manor and Hornsby Bend. Ooh, got it, maybe. So yeah, anywhere between here is a fantastic investment. All right, let's take one look here. Got some questions coming in. Yes, I love the idea. The 3 Ps revision. 3 Ps of investing are pipes, power, and floodplain. So pipes, power, planes. So pipes, does it have sewer, water, power, again, and then floodplain? Is there any loss to floodplain? Now, floodplain isn't going to completely rule you out of this, but it will hamstring your ability to develop on it. There are ways to do that. Reach out to me. I've done RV parks, stilted or vaulted developments where it can be cars parked underneath and it can still be insured. But there's a lot of rules and regulations that go into that. Typically, it's not permanent structures. And in a lot of cases, as we just saw last week, I closed on a portfolio of warehouses that one of them was in a flood zone. It's still a great investment. You just have to, instead of insuring the property itself, sometimes it makes sense to put it in a money market account or a interest yielding with a fairly high interest rate yield account, secure. And instead of paying that insurance, you're putting that money directly into a fund so that if there is a catastrophic 100-year event like a flood, you have money to replace the building or mitigate the flood damage or whatever it is. So make sure that you're planning for that for the future. I will point out here, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor here. This is the CRE Pro course. This is a commercial real estate course that is designed for residential agents to move into commercial, somebody who's not in real estate at all, to get into the fantastic world of commercial brokerage, investment, real estate, everything. So you can see my buddy here, Dan Lukowitz. Dan Lukowitz and I teach this course. It is going to take you from 0 to 100 real fast. Instead of taking a year to close your first deal, we can get that down to 6 months. So you need 6 months at least in order to close your first investment transaction brokerage, or that's, it's been done in as little as 3 months, by the way. Shout out Shlomo Aaron, who is a CRE Pro, part of the network, and just a huge advocate, super stud. And I wanted to give him a shout out there for pioneering the group, investing, going all in. Anything that you do that you're going to dedicate time to, go all in, right? Go in 110% or nothing. And be open to saying no. A lot of times we are eager to take on as much business as possible, particularly as real estate agents and brokers. We want to put our name all over everything. But if you put your name on something and you don't sell it, it's even worse than actually not listing it, because you want to make sure you provide value for your clients first, protect their money, protect their investment, and then ultimately you want to share in the success with your clients and help them achieve their goals. I'm Zach Raysinger. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, we put this on the replay. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're on all the channels: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and of course, LinkedIn Live. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, my friends. We'll talk to you soon.